It's time to focus on our crazy eights. So grab yourself a chair and a set of dumbbells and let's get to work. We're gonna start with some squats. Hands come onto the back side of the chair, feet are 4 inches apart parallel. And we're gonna lower down with some intention downbound on the back of the chair to activate through the middle back. We're gonna do 8 squats. So here we go, that's our first one. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale as we reach with the tailbone long, allowing the knees to float in front of the ankle crease. Inhale to float up. So you want to find that connection of the entire body working. The entire soles of the feet are melting into the floor through the mat. We want to find the core active by spiraling the inner thighs up, allowing the knees to slide just in front of the ankle creases. We're finding the middle back nice and active by imprinting down and intentioning down into the chair. And we're finding lots of length and breath, inhaling as we rise. Exhale, crease at the hips to lower down. Inhale to rise. We have 2 more. I'm keeping count. Don't worry, you don't have to. Exhale to lower. This is going to be our last one, and we're going to hold it low. Exhale all the way down into your best squat. Still find that intention onto the chair. Navel draws up and in. And we're going to peel the right heel up and off the floor via the inner thigh. And then we're going to send it back down through the floor. Here we go, right heel again, peel it up and off the floor, reaching that hip back and bring it down again. We're still intentioning downbound into that chair. I like to think about a stack of marshmallows under my right heel. So we don't ever want that foot to feel like it's floating. We want to find that downbound intention and that resistance on the way up. This is our 5th heel roll, peeling up, the inner thigh spirals up and intentions back down. We're gonna go for 2 more after this one. Here we go. Find that length and that reach, crown of head away from tailbone. And we're gonna set that foot all the way back down, so send the bones down through the mat. Now both heels go up. The first one might not be super organized, but the idea is to keep our height the same and to keep our position in space the same. So you don't wanna pitch your body forward just because both heels picked up this time. And you don't want to get taller, you don't want to get higher to the sky. You want to feel those thigh bones dropping deep into the domes of your pelvis. So it's an inhale to peel up, and then an exhale. Now we have 2 stacks of marshmallows under our heels. We're lifting up maybe out of sticky tar. You want to find resistance even when we don't have anything under our heels in both directions. Lengthening with our breath. Finding that neutral spine. This is our last 2 of both heels, then we've got to take care of that left side. This is going to be our last one. Set both heels down. Now we're going to keep the pelvis organized. Left heel picks up, and then we intention it back down. Find that inner thigh picking the heel up off the floor. Find both collarbones nice and wide. Find that entire core connection all the way up the chain, going from the left inner thigh across to the right waistline, and then back across to the left shoulder. Finding that deep connection, sending that chair down through the mat as you reach the crown of head through the sky. Can you get a little bit lower in the squat to finish out? We're gonna go for 2 more. I promise you I'm keeping count, and I'm not gonna tell you how, but I am. And this is going to be our last one. Left heel peels up with intention, and intention the heel down. Inhale, rise all the way up. All right, we're going to go into a standing plie next and turn out. So turn your left foot into turn out, and you're going to be an arm's length distance away from your chair back. We're going to bend the standing leg a lot as the right leg glides back. You can have both hands on the chair for balance as the right leg reaches long behind you. We're going to make sure the pelvis is rotated open through the side. That's going to activate through the sideline of our glute med on the left side. And check that your knee is aligned, big toe, second toe. Here we go. We're going to do small circles at the top of the right leg. So we're going to circle around, maybe about the size of like a little cutie, one of those little tiny tangerine orange thingies, yeah? Little tiny circles, intentioning from the top of your thigh bone rather than from your toes. Find that length in the reach, crown of head reaches away from the toes. We're going in a clockwise orientation. We have 2 more. We're gonna find that reach in that breath. Pause. Get a little bit lower in that standing plie. That leg is on fire even though it's not moving. Now we're going counterclockwise. Again, a small rotation from the upper hip. As we work, can you keep your left hip reaching away from your left ribs? You'll feel that thigh bone drop in even more deeply. We have 3 more. And then we're gonna pause here, last little bit. We're gonna challenge ourselves to reach the left arm up and forward, and 8 reaches. So we're gonna extend the hand away from the toes. We're reaching with length. This is 2. Find the glute med, that outer hip on your right leg, reaching back and spiraling up at the same time. Finding the stabilization through the left hip. Drawing your navel up and in even when we are extended and rotated. You have 3 more. We're almost there already. And this is going to be our last one. Make it your best one. Lots of length, lots of reach. And bring the arm and the leg down. All right, let's go into our tweezer lunges. So we're going to come in front of the chair now, and we're going to sit with the left leg forward and the right leg bent off of the edge of the chair. Make sure you have plenty of space behind your knee. And if you have a set of dumbbells handy, we're going to grab those. So from here, guys, we're going to float the arms long up in front of us, palms facing down, plug the arms into the middle back. We're going to inhale and rise, 2 straight legs. As we rise, the right arm sweeps up and over, and we open in a rotation. And then we're going to exhale as we bring it back down and lower to just tap the seat ever so lightly. Inhale, come up and over. Exhale as we lower down, scissoring via the upper inner thighs, keeping those arms plugged into the middle back. Find that exhale breath down and the inhale breath with length and lift. Keeping that right shoulder blade melting down and around, and that is going to keep the arm organized and connected to the core. We've got 2 more. We're there already. Exhale down. Inhale up. And good news, Michael, I know you're excited. We're gonna hold here. Now we're gonna glide forward, rolling over the top of that thigh bone. Arms come along our sides. And from here, we're gonna do 8 reaches, focusing on the triceps. So think about the arms reaching. 8. Rather than height, go for length. 7. Can you reach your left hip further away from your knee? Lengthening and breathing. Find crown of head stretching away from tailbone. Last 3. This is 2. Excellent news, we're not going anywhere. We're gonna peel the left heel up and off the floor, straighten the right leg all the way out if it's not there already, and then we're gonna scissor down 1/4 of an inch and raise up a little bit. Your gaze is down towards the floor. In front of you, not straight down, you wanna find a long back side of the neck. Little scissor from that left hip, reaching the tailbone long from crown of head, reaching the arms long behind you. We have 2 more, and then we're gonna lay down. Doesn't that sound good? And heel goes down, inhale, rise all the way up. All right, we're gonna need 1 dumbbell now, so set the other one down and lay on the chair with your belly button at the front edge. So you're gonna lay all the way down on your belly. The dumbbell's gonna be in your right hand. Left hand is on the floor just for balance support, not really to support your weight. Tailbone reaches long from crown of head, and your feet are in first position, heels touching, toes turned out. From there, we're gonna go into a lateral raise at a little bit of a diagonal. So we are going to float the arm up and out on an inhale, just 8 times, and then exhale, bring it back down. So as we're working, notice that Michael's keeping a lot of length, and we're keeping that shoulder off of our ear while we are extending outbound. Through the legs, we want to have our heels touching and our toes turned out. So we're spiraling those inner thighs down towards the floor. And you can see that that helped Michael to kind of center out in his body. So find those inner thighs spiraling down, crown of head reaching long. So good. We're going to go for 2 more like this. And then we have an extra special surprise. You're excited, aren't you? I could tell. He's not even looking at me, and I can just tell he's excited. All right, you can hold the arm out just a little bit, hovered off the floor or all the way down. And then we are going to bend the knees and keep those heels glued together, toes apart, going into a little tiny grasshopper. So first thing we need to do is find the tailbone reaching long, and then we're gonna reach the knees long, and that's gonna send the legs up a tiny bit. We're lifting from the glam line, little tiny lift. So don't go for distance. We might not even really see the change. It's gonna be a little lift. Notice how still he's keeping his low back, so we don't want to lift into the low back. We're lifting just from under that glam line. 2 more. You're doing amazing. You're there already. This is going to be the last one. With control, extend the legs all the way up and slowly rise up. We're going to take our hands onto the floor now and our feet on the chair, going into a plank position. You can always keep feet on the floor if that feels more stable for your body. And if you're looking for a little more out of this challenge, you can walk your hands back, creating more of a pike. From here, we're gonna do a knee pull 4 times on the right. Here we go. Exhale, knee drags in towards the chest, and place the foot back on the chair, lifting off of the shoulders, broadening those collarbones. We have 2 more. Right foot goes down. We're gonna do 4 times on the left. Exhale, that inner thigh works with the core to drag the leg inbound. We have 2 more. Broaden those collarbones, lift off the wrists, lift off the shoulders. Last one. 2 legs go long. If you're up in the pike, walk yourself back out, and then bring 1 knee down at a time. All right, let's go into a little tricep focus. We'll turn it right around, and we're gonna have our hands about shoulder width distance, as wide as you can on your chair, and bring your forearms down with your elbows hanging off. Knees are directly below the hips, about 4 inches apart, parallel. And then we are going to flip the toes underneath us and hover the knees off the floor. From here, we are going to inhale as we rise up to the count of 8. 8, arms go long. 7, 6, don't beat me there. 5, 4, 3, you're looking strong over there, buddy. 2, arms go long, and then we're gonna exhale. 8, 7, reach the elbows long from the wrist for 4, 3, 2, down. Pause, keep those knees up if you can. Shoulder hinge, exhaling forward, inhaling back, just 8 of those. Knees are off the deck if you can manage that. Not required, you can do that shoulder hinge, finding the core focus as well. Collarbones stay nice and wide. You have 3 more. This is 2. And we're gonna lay on our backs next. Last one, pause, and knees go down. All right, we're gonna flip onto our back and we're gonna do some up and overs. So lay down with your pelvis close to the chair and your head goes all the way down on your mat. Arms are long at your sides. Float your legs up towards the sky. We're gonna lower down to the left, sweeping the legs to the left, and then we're gonna rise up through the center, a little low belly lift. And then we're gonna go to the side, to the right. So we're gonna do 4 each side, but that's gonna give us 8 through the middle, a little lift through the low belly, and back down over to the left. Now, if this is aggressive in your body, you can keep your knees bent, and that's gonna be a little nicer on your low back. So you choose what works for you while you're doing this workout today. Little lift through the low belly, and sweep to the side. Little tiny lift, and off to the right. Finding that low belly focus, finding that reach through the center. Last time to the left. The pelvis is gonna lift, but keep the shoulder down as you rotate. Little lift through center. Over to the right. Back, and bend those knees if you don't have them bent already. Okay, last little sequence here on the mat. We're gonna come onto our forearms. I'm gonna scooch a little further away from the chair and we're gonna do up and overs. Again, just 8. Here we go. Lift off of those elbows. Collarbones nice and wide. Head in line with the spine. Legs go long above the chair. 8. Here we go. Slide under the chair. 7. Reaching with length and extension. 6. Beautiful job. Love that. Side note, Michael asked for these. I wasn't gonna do them. He asked for these, so if you hate them, DM him, not me. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bring it in. This is our last one above the chair, nice and long. Last one below. And allow those feet to lower to the floor. All right, let's take care of that prone position on our stomach. Other side. So we're gonna take one dumbbell into our hand, into our left hand, and we're gonna lay down on our tummy, facing the floor. Your belly button is at the edge of that chair. Right hand is on the floor for balance support, and just one dumbbell is in your left hand. Here we go. Feet are in first position, tailbone reaches long. Inhale up and out of the diagonal. Exhale, bring it down. Shoulder blade slides down and around the ribs to lift the arm. Can you take a little less weight out of that right hand and right shoulder and receive more of that effort through your core? Looking straight down at the mat, keep the back line of the body long. This is 3, we're there already, gang. This is 2. Last one, hold it as a hover, or you can always touch the floor with that dumbbell. We're gonna go into a grasshopper, knees reach long, tailbone reaches long, little lift, 8. Think about reach rather than height, 7, 6. Keep those heels glued together for 5. Navel is up and in, 4. This is 3. Glue those heels together. Last 2. And last 1. All right, we are going to go into the lunge tweezer experience. So come on up. You're gonna have 2 dumbbells, no dumbbells, you do you. So we're gonna have that right leg in front. The left knee is down and off of the chair. And make sure you have enough space for yourself to rise all the way up. Palms go down, plug the arms into the shoulder blades. Here we go, we're gonna inhale and rise up. As we rise, we rotate and open the shoulder. Exhale, bring it back through center, and we're gonna tap that seat. Inhale as we rise up and over, 2 straight legs at the top. Exhale as we bring it back down. Inhale as we rise, finding that beautiful rotation through the rib basket, through the shoulder girdle, keeping that isometric challenge of that right arm holding steady. Keeping the inner thighs active, scissoring you to lower and raise. Find your lift with your breath and find that deceleration with your exhale. We have 3 more, and then we're gonna go into that forward lean with our tricep focus. Find that lift and that length every time. This is gonna be our last one with the rotation. Collarbones nice and wide. Bring it forward. We're gonna hover off of that seat, and then we're gonna lean with the arms long at our sides. Here we go, 8 reaches. 7, fight for it. 6, you got this. 5, you can always peel that right heel up if you're after it. 4, not required. 3, 2, hold the arms long. Left leg is long. Scissor via the upper inner thighs, lowering down and up. Think about those upper inner thighs really doing the effort here. 8 times only, guys. This is our home stretch. Find that reach for 4. Try not to move that left ankle, move from that right hip socket. Last 2. And place that right heel down. And go ahead and come on up. You can set those dumbbells off to the side. And we're gonna go into that standing plie, other side to finish strong. And then we stretch. That's always very good news, right? So we are going to have our right leg in turnout on the mat. Arms distance away from the chair with your right arm. We're gonna reach that left leg back as the right knee bends a lot. All right, light touch on the chair to start with. We're gonna reach that left leg out. We're in external rotation in the right leg and in the pelvis. And we're gonna go into those circles, long leg circles. 8. We're going clockwise first. 7, reaching crown of head long away from those left toes. Thinking about that right inner thigh spiraling forward. Here we go, guys. We have 3 more clockwise direction. Find that reach the whole time. Pause, don't go anywhere. Can you get a little bit lower in that standing plie? Counterclockwise from the top of that thigh bone, moving through the dome of the pelvis. Can you bring that left kneecap absorbing up into the quadriceps? So try not to bend that leg. Try to actively extend. Let's go for 3. We're gonna go into the reaches. And 2. And this is the last one. Pause. Balance challenge, not required. Right arm comes up and out. And we're going to that reach. So I'm bringing the right shoulder blade down and the left hip reaches long. This is 3. Almost halfway there already. Easy peasy, right? Get a little bit lower in that standing plie. You are almost there, guys. This is gonna be it. We stretch next. This is 2. And our last one. Bring your hand and your leg down. It is time to stretch. We did it, right? Yeah, sure, whatever you say. All right, we're gonna keep our left foot on the chair like so. And we're gonna take our left arm over, stretching through the side body. And then we're gonna fold forward, stretching through the back side of that leg. And then we are going to rise up and rotate. So open through the side of the right hip, open through the rib basket. And we're gonna come into an elevated child's pose. I like to just come right down onto my knees go wide. And you wanna have maybe your wrists or your hands up on the chair surface. And it really helps to open the upper back, open the shoulders, sinking back towards your heels with your hips. Just allow for a nice deep breath here. Go ahead and rise up and let's take that hamstring focus stretch on the other side. We're gonna come to put our right foot on the chair. And we're gonna start with a side bend. So we're stretching through the back side of the leg, fanning open the right ribs. And then we're gonna fold forward towards the foot, towards the ankle. Just find that nice stretch through the back line of your body. And then we'll rise up and we'll open through that lateral hip, opening up through the rib basket, through the shoulders. And then we're gonna bring the leg down. And we did it, crazy eights, my friends. Beautiful job. Do you see that look he's giving me? I hope you love me more than he does.